Nick Suzuki, you are an all-star. Again, but could any of his teammates maybe join him at the all-star festivities? Hey there, welcome back. Well, the NHL has announced their 32 player selections to attend this year's NHL All Star festivities taking place in Toronto this year. And that's simply the league selecting one player from every NHL franchise. And once again, Habs captain Nick Suzuki gets the call from the NHL to attend and represent the Montreal Canadiens. Here's an interesting thing that is changing this year, and I don't know if this has been talked about a whole lot, but not every player attending the NHL All Star Game this year is going to participate in the skills competition. Only a dozen of the 44 players who are going to be there are going to be invited to participate in the skills competition. Only 12. Of the 44 players who end up going to the All Star festivities, the NHL is going to select 8 of those to participate in the skills competition. And then there's going to be a second round of fan voting for fans to decide of those remaining players which additional 4 will get to participate in the skills competition. So only 12 players participating in skills. Then the top 8 will compete in the shootout competition, which we know is one of the highlights of the skills competition to see how creative they get. After the shootout competition, it will get whittled down to the top 6 from the shootout competition. We'll move on to the finale, which will be some major obstacle course made up of all of the events all kind of put together. So that's a little different this year. I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. Don't forget, if you do want to vote, you have until midnight on Thursday, January 11th to do so, to be sure you get your votes in. But with the All-Star fan vote well underway, today I want to talk about my 3 suggestions on who Montreal Canadiens fans could be or should be rooting for and voting for to join Nick Suzuki in Toronto. The first one is probably going to be a little obvious, and it's the one that the Canadiens organization themselves on their social media accounts seems to be pushing as well, and that would be none other than Cole Caulfield. No, Cole Caulfield has not had the tremendously productive season that a lot of people were hoping and expecting him to have, but he's still Cole Caulfield. And particularly in things like a skills competition where he can have that swagger, have that confidence, and show off what he can do, he would shine in an environment like that. Not to mention that his antics with his bestie, Nick Suzuki, would probably be pretty entertaining. And who knows, maybe spending a few days really in the spotlight, getting to show off, maybe that will help him get a bit of his scoring mojo back once the regular season gets back underway again. Next up for me, if you don't want to vote for Cole Caulfield, well, maybe it should be Sean Monahan. Let's face it, as much as Sean Monahan has been a really positive addition to the Canadiens roster in a lot of different ways, both in his production, his maturity, his mentorship, his leadership, being a great guy on and off the ice, it's also very possible that this time next year, Sean Monahan won't be a Montreal Canadien anymore. He is, quite frankly, going to be maybe a trade chip for Kent Hughes. Yes, he's quiet. Yes, he doesn't have a lot to say to the media. No, he doesn't pop up all over social media. But what he has done coming into the organization is he has quietly improved not only himself, but his teammates around him and the product on the ice as a whole. And he's become a player that the Canadiens and Marty St. Louis can really rely on. Why not reward him with a fan vote to the All Star Game? I think it's safe to say it would be anything but boring. Before we get to my third and final choice for the Montreal Canadiens fan vote selection, if you're enjoying today's video and any of our content here on the channel, won't you take just a quick moment and tap that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave us a comment down below, and don't forget to tap the notification bell. Okay, so third, last but not least, I always like to shine a bit of a spotlight on the rookies. And I don't think there's a rookie on the Canadiens roster right now who's been more of a pleasant surprise and obviously working very hard than defenseman Jayden Struble. Like Cole Caulfield, like Slafkovsky, Jaden Struble comes with a little bit of natural swagger and confidence, but wouldn't it be a terrific boost to his confidence if Canadiens fans rallied around him and said, hey, kid, we like what you're doing. You're doing an exceptional job in this transition to the NHL. You've stuck around longer than probably a lot of people expected to, and let's go see what you can do as an all-star. He might not be an obvious choice around the NHL for a rookie to make it to the all-star festivities, but this is just kind of a fun exercise in who on the Canadiens roster could be an all-star according to the fans. Drop a comment down below. Let me know who you think, if anyone, could be considered to join Nick Suzuki in Toronto for the all-star festivities. Let me know who you're voting for. Would love to know what the fans think about who should be another all-star for the Montreal Canadiens. Hey, speaking of all-stars, did you miss last night's live stream here on the channel? Michael and Nathan were our Rocket Sports Media All-Stars last night, hosting our third live stream watch-along here on the channel. It's where a couple of times a month, some of our team members are going to get together. They're going to stream live to you during a Habs game, give you play-by-play analysis, and oh, we have so much fun in the live viewer chat, interacting back and forth with all of you. Be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one, which is coming up on January 25th against the New York Islanders. But if you happen to miss last night's and you want to kind of see what it's all about, well, you're in luck. You can watch the replay right here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.